Thank you, Christy.
You're welcome.
Dudes, did you hear the news?
What?
What's the news?
BobandTomStore.com has been restocked, ready to roll.
All right.
Including a Friggamall Records t-shirt. Bob and Tom XX t-shirts are there. The Bob and Tom Classic Indy 500 shirt. Mr. Obvious?
Yeah.
It's all there. Bob and Tom Show sorted out there. Let's go back to New York City and Tom. Hello, Tom.
New York City.
I know, right?
Once again, this is the Bob and Tom Show coming to you partially. I'm in New York City. This room just got a lot better looking.
Thank you.
No, this room, Ace.
We can't see you, so we don't know.
Well, Jessica Alsman's here. That's why it's so good looking. Oh, also, one of the most handsome comedians on earth. He is Nick Griffin.
All right,
joined us in the studio.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for getting up early and walking all this way. Nick is now a resident of Manhattan. And Nick has a great new comedy special, and it's streaming on Amazon. How else can you get it, Nick?
iTunes and Amazon and Google Play are kind of the big ones. But, yeah.
And when I mentioned the title earlier, Christy burst out laughing. Do you want to tell us what the Nick Griffin comedy special is called?
Cheer Up.
At last.
Yeah. I've had people my whole life say, what's wrong? Why don't you cheer up, smile, that stuff. So it seemed appropriate.
Yeah. And how many Letterman appearances under your belt?
I had 11 Letterman appearances, yeah.
Wow.
I miss Dave.
Yeah. Do you by chance remember your first joke on the first Letterman appearance you ever did?
I think it was, I'm divorced. Thank you. I was only married 3 years. We were supposed to be together till one of us died. I never even had a fever. I think that was my first joke.
It's still a great joke and rock solid.
Fever is
solid,
a great punchline.
yeah.
Fever is a great punchline word, too. Fever.
It is. It's good.
Fever.
Yeah, that was it. And I kept breathing heavy. I was really super, or rather maybe overly excited to be on Letterman, as you can imagine. And I just kept, every joke I would say, fever. And when you go back and listen to it or see it on YouTube or wherever, you can hear me doing that. Yeah, it's heavy breathing the whole time. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they asked me to use a lavalier mic
what is
after
it called?
that.
Lapel
on
mic?
the lapel, yeah. So after that, so.
Now, you've been on the road for how many years doing stand-up when you first got Dave Letterman's show?
Gee, I was probably on 18 years.
Okay.
18 years before I got Letterman, yeah.
So talk about pressure.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure. I think I was just, it's all I ever wanted to do. I remember going home from parties and being super depressed about not having anything happen and having people tell me to cheer up and all that. And and seeing this goofy guy from the Midwest on having his own show on late night with David Letterman. I go, gosh, that's something I really... And he always featured a lot of young comics back then, and I really enjoyed that. And then I finally got on. It was just... And I wasn't nervous until the very second he said Nick Griffin, and Biff Henderson gives you a little push towards the stage, and you can almost feel a resistance like, no, I don't want to go. But
I think one of the great scenes on a different topic about that is in the movie Broadcast News. You know the scene I'm talking about where...
Are you talking about the Albert Brooks scene where he starts sweating?
He finally gets a chance to sit in the anchor chair. He's a kind of behind-the-scenes guy.
Yeah, he's a brilliant behind-the-sines guy.
Gets in the anchor chair, and it's one of the funniest and I think truest scene. He gets so nervous, he's the flop sweat and pulling down the jacket.
Yeah, but Singing in the Rain is what he referred to it as.
Yeah, that's a really funny movie. But I guess my question is, when you finally got Letterman... After 18 years, did you go home and celebrate, or did the depression go away, or did you realize, hey, wait a second?
That's all it was. I just needed to do Letterman. Well, no, there was a tremendous amount of satisfaction, sure, yeah.
Good.
And I remember the comic Jake Johansson said, as soon as you finish your first Letterman, turn to the guy who books it and say, I want to do this again, so you can let them know, that you want to come back and back and back. And
did you get to meet Dave?
Well, I don't think any more than most comics. He shook my hand and walked away.
Yeah.
So that's kind of intimate compared to other people.
Oh, yeah.
Does Jake Johansson hold the record?
He's got to.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anyone doing more sets than Jake. I think Jake did 44 or something. Something crazy. Something.
Yeah, well, we're talking with comedian Nick Griffin. Nick's new comedy special is once again out there to be viewed.
Yes, viewed and listened to.
It's called Cheer Up. and it's on Amazon. And where else did you say it was?
iTunes and Google Play. I guess people, I don't, but I know people who watch stuff on Google Play, which I'm not even sure what that is.
And I keep seeing all these things about iTunes is folding.
I did see that. That was a disappointing.
iTunes is done. Yeah.
Well, but I think aren't they going to just divide it into 3 separate
right,
groups?
it's going to
Right.
have a
Yeah.
different platform.
So it's not really a funeral.
It's been existing, I think, and windbags, bring it on. But I think the format that you've had on your phone is what's now on your laptop and desktop.
Okay. Well, speaking of Mac products, big news story this morning.
A new $12,000 computer?
The $12,000 Mac desktop, but remember the stand is $1,000.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I saw that. Yeah, that's good.
And
You got to have the stand.
well, I think you can pay a homeless guy $1,000. He'll hold it for you for about a month.
Atta, baby. There we go.
A month. Oh.
May smell up the room a little bit. Well, you got to save.
Right? $250 a week. That's good. That's good.
Oh,
thank goodness.
we have a
Let me
phone
let me
call.
grab that. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Mom and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Oh, hey,
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I'm doing good, but you ain't even close to the biggest news story of the day. It ain't about computers.
What is it?
Oh,
Chris, did you hear about that Dick who stowed Squishy the turtle from the zoo? It's all over the news.
I did not.
Yeah, that was that the Houston Zoo when some guy stole this rare turtle?
Swear to God.
Yeah, no, really, I saw that. Yeah.
I did
He
not
said
see
he
that.
was trying to free the turtle.
Yeah.
Who's he think he is, Johnny Cochran's? I'm tired of all these animal rights people, man. I mean, I'm all for animal rights, but why are they always going after the zoos? Zoos are awesome. How long do you think that rhino you love so much, Tom, is going to live out in the wild in the Serengeti? 1 or 2 years tops? What's the over-under on that?
Well, I think they'd probably survive there.
Yeah.
Well, a zoo's going to keep that thing alive for decades. They got a whole staff of vegetarians help them animals keep them healthy and regular. Hell, the animals in zoos got better health care and meal plans than most of us human sapiens do.
That's true. I think you're
God.
correct.
Next time I ain't feeling that par, I'm going to check myself into the primate pavilion at our zoo.
Yeah.
I'll let them care for me till I'm better and wake up pounding my chest with a red-hot Peter. Remember that news story?
What?
About 15, 20 years ago when them kids broke into SeaWorld or Six Flags and stowed that whale, then
No.
brought it back to the ocean.
Stole a
to
whale?
its natural habitat. That was pretty badass.
No, that was Free Willy. That was the movie.
That
Free Willy. It was
it
about
was
an
not
orca.
real, Donnie.
Yeah,
that was
that
a
wasn't
fiction.
a news.
Fiction
That wasn't
movie.
a documentary.
No, Tom, Free Willy's was the working title of me and Angel Skinner's first erotic film we made.
Oh, man.
Really?
There it is.
Our first was Free Willy's, then our next one was Free Willy's 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Sure.
God. Our third one was just called Jurassic Park, featuring Porkosaurus Rex.
Oh.
He played that part, and Velociraptor. We made it with no special effects, too. Angel couldn't walk for a week after that one. Still on the heating pad. Anyways, I broke up with her after. I had to because I found a VHS recorder hidden behind her boombox.
Yeah.
This ghetto blaster didn't even work, and it was just used to mask this record. She had made a movie without me starring my now ex-friend Gilbert Mosley called Who's Eating Gilbert's Gape?
Oh,
But whatever, man.
I think I know what was happening there.
Hang up.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on the Food Network anyway.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Hey, chick,
Yeah.
the answer was her.
There you go.
There's a,
I
yes.
gotta go.
Bye, Donnie. Well, that was certainly informative.
Porkosaurus versus Velorompus. Is that the name of the movie?
Velociraptor, I think
Okay,
is what
okay, good. That sounds-
You know, if you look at vegetarian, you could pronounce it vegetarian.
Sure.
Or, that's not a problem.
Okay, thank you very much. The Bob and Tom program coming to you today in part from the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City. And our guests in this studio include Jessica Alsman from our staff.
Hello.
The great comedian Nick Griffin.
Great to be here.
And Nick's new special is called Cheer Up. And we were talking about that phrase. If you're having an argument or something, has it ever worked when you said to somebody, "Hey, calm down"?
Oh, yeah. None of that direct stuff works at all.
Yeah.
It's gotta be more nuanced.
Like if you walk in, I'm really sad. Hey, cheer up.
Right.
Has it ever worked?
It's never worked. It's never worked with me. There's just a seething anger underneath. I just smile through it. But yeah, It does not work for me. It's true.
I know.
Now, are you? Do you mind if I ask? Are you currently? Is your status? Are you currently single?
No, I have a girlfriend. She's a lawyer.
Oh,
That's nice.
Yeah, you got. I think. We've been seeing each other for a while. It's good, you know.
Does she live in New York City?
She does. Yeah, she lives over on the east side, and she makes. The only problem is that she makes 6 times more than me.
Why is that a problem?
Well, it's just disconcerting, but I'm going to stick with it because she makes 6 times more than me.
Baby.
Yeah, she's it's good though. It's good, I think. She's super smart. She's super educated. She's got a doctorate in engineering, an MBA, and a law degree. And in the past, I've thought I don't want anyone telling me what to do, but I feel like in this case, it's fine.
Sure, she can.
Should be okay.
Now,
Yeah.
So is she into the stuff? Like, is she a baseball fan like you are? Do you have any? What kind of
No,
common-
she's not. She's not a sports fan. She likes movies. You know what she is? She's a huge comedy fan. She saw me at a comedy show here in New York and Facebooked me and said, "I really liked your stuff. Would you like to get coffee?" And I said, "Yeah." And we got together.
Oh,
and
cool. What joke of mine does she love the most?
Now, Nick, did you tell her that my favorite Nick Griffin story is that you, in your life, as I think, a sociological experiment, you decided to try to kiss everyone?
Oh, yes. We kissed, yeah.
Now, you got to set this up.
Yes,
Now, the
please.
story is there was a period of time during which Mr. Nick Griffin, comedian, traveled all over the country. And he decided,
great about this.
he decided I'll do the setup. I think I know what it is. You were going on the various dating services.
Many of them, yeah.
Match.com, whatever the hell, Fish,
Sure,
Fish
Tinder
in the
and all,
Sea,
plenty
whatever the hell
of
they're
fish,
called.
and yeah.
Bumble or was it Bunghole?
Stop.
The point, a bunghole is
You had
very
to say
specific.
bunghole, didn't you?
I did. In honor of Moonshine Day, because the bunghole is
there
the
you
hole
go.
in the barrel.
Where
That's
were we?
For
Yeah,
those
where
of you
would
that
we
didn't know
be?
that.
Yeah.
And why don't you explain what your goal was, no matter how the date went?
Well, it was just that I had been going on so many dates and they had been going kind of not horribly, but nothing great was happening. And I decided to make a agreement with myself to say no matter how the date goes and whoever it is, I'm going to kiss the person at the end of the date. It doesn't matter what happened. And it kind of culminated where I was going back and forth trying to set up a date with this woman, and the only time she could get together was on a Sunday for bagels at like 9:30 in the morning. So at about 10:15 at the end of the day, we're walking to our car in this grocery parking lot, and all these moms are, with their kids and, getting the donuts for the morning and milk and everything. And there I am making out with this girl in front of her Toyota Celica at 9:45. So.
Yes.
In a Ralph's parking lot.
In a Ralph's parking lot, that's right.
How many second dates?
Oh, geez, not a lot.
Wow.
Not a lot.
Did any of them advance beyond the makeout stage?
Yeah, I think I dated a woman for a while, and then this was pretty much when I was in L.A., and I had a girlfriend there for a while, briefly, yeah.
Okay.
I think my favorite part of that, I know my favorite part of that story is I made an agreement with myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. It sounds so zen, and then, it's me
Right. Yeah.
making out.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I'm going to be a better person. And
This is how I'm and this is the first step.
Wow. In the Me Too era, that seems a little rough.
It probably, well, I never forced myself on
Sure.
any of them, but I just, I moved in like, is this okay? And more times than not, it was.
Now, are there always on these various dating services? I've never experienced any of this. I could never do it, and I'm
man.
surprised
Can you
can.
imagine?
I could never do this. I mean,
Tom on a
there could
dating
be
site.
there could be odor issues. There could be weird personalities and all kinds. Do you always get to see a picture of these people?
Oh, sure, always a picture.
And how
yeah,
accurate are they?
I think 90% of the time they're pretty accurate. I know people who've had some problems, but I was smiling in my picture, so I misled everyone.
Did your profile indicate that you were a professional comedian with a Letterman?
I always put writer because I always felt like you're setting yourself up for disappointment for both of you if you say I'm a comic and then you get there and it's not working.
They do the tell me a joke thing.
Tell me a joke thing, and you don't seem like a comic and all that stuff.
Do you
Cheer up.
do you have a joke to tell them if they say tell me a joke? Do you have a go-to?
I didn't. I never have, and I've never had a joke to tell when audience members come up to me after the show and say, "Do you have a joke I can take with me?" I fail on that level in every instance. I don't have a go-to joke.
Yeah, and I don't see you as being a T-shirt selling guy.
No, I don't have a T-shirt. I don't have a T-shirt. I do have a new special called Cheer Up, though. It's out now on Amazon.
Oh, really? That's interesting. It's on a lot of formats, right?
It's on Amazon and Google Play. It's Nick Griffin.
iTunes, yeah.
With me here in New York City today. And I certainly appreciate your getting up early.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And
I stayed
coming
up,
in.
really, more than got up.
Oh, did you? Did you work last night?
I did. I had one set and tried out some new jokes, and it was good.
How'd they go?
It was good, yeah.
Can you want to try one of them on us? Is it?
Oh, sure. I've got a new joke for you. I'm seeing a therapist, and she says I'm doing better.
Good.
Of course, what is she going to say? Wow, I'm really in over my head here.
Oh God, I sometimes I feel bad laughing at Nick's jokes. I know because there's so much truth to them.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought we'd squeeze in. Let me look at the. Yeah, we can squeeze in a quick news story from Christy
Sure.
Lee. What's happening in there?
Well, a 21-year-old woman has set the record, chick, for being the youngest person to travel to every country.
Is this a thing?
Really?
Or is
Lexi-
this just a celebration of excessive...
Well,
Never mind.
Is this my parents gave me an American Express Platinum
Yeah.
card? Or
Yeah.
Lexi Alford broke the record when she visited her 196th
Visited.
country. Yeah. Wow. North Korea in May.
Oh.
Alfred, whose family owns a travel agency in California,
There you go.
Bull, I call bullshit.
had unknowingly been working on her record since she was a child, but became serious about beating the record in 2016. Now she has to submit approximately 10,000 pieces of evidence to the Guinness people
What?
before her record can be made official.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So Guinness wants actual official paperwork for this
Right.
one, but when it comes to some idiot,
Catching quarters off their forearm.
yeah, I mean they'll take anything else willy nilly.
The best one was the guy that ate the kernels of corn in 3 minutes
Yeah.
with a toothpick.
Yeah,
Yes.
Toothpick,
yeah.
And although to get evidence for that, they had to get a strainer in the bathroom.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come back around. I knew it.
So I have a question. Wouldn't her passport have a stamp
Yeah,
from every
there's got to be
country?
some paperwork.
Yeah,
there.
I think that would be
There are
enough.
10,000 countries. How many are there?
but I don't know how many.
196.
196.
Yeah, 196.
Okay. Well, you know something? I've got to hand it to her because if she's traveling alone, you've got to be a super badass.
Well, I don't know if she's traveling alone, but yes, you're right. It would be.
A lot of those countries are probably pretty dangerous.
I've only done 3. Isn't that amazing? Well, 4 maybe.
Really?
Really?
In all my travels, yeah.
Oh.
Canada, America, Ireland, and is Bermuda a country?
Yeah.
You were in the
Bermuda.
Bahamas.
Yeah. There you go.
Nation
You're
of,
Bahamas
of
with us.
shorts wearers.
That's exactly right.
That count. North Korea, I wouldn't want to go there.
No,
She should have done that one
we're
first.
not- yeah, welcome. No.
You know, there's a travel agency that specializes, probably many, that specialize in, I don't want to say dangerous, but risky
Really?
travel. Yeah, like North Korea and at the time
Yeah.
Cuba and
Yeah,
places.
they don't get a ton of return business.
Yeah.
So how old is this young lady?
She's only 21.
Oh, so she was in 196 countries, only looked up from her iPhone 6 times.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
no
sorry. I'm sorry. Where are we?
What's the Wi-Fi
okay.
password here?